U.S. spy general Michael Flynn had a lot to say about President Obama's strategy. He called the limited response a recipe for disaster. He said, quote, "There are many sincere people in our government who frankly are paralyzed by this complexity. So they, quote, accept the defensive posture, reasoning that passivity is less likely to provoke our enemies." This was said in an interview with Kimberly Dozier, CNN Global Affairs analyst. She's joining us now. What, Kimberly, is the complexity that he thinks the administration is overlooking, or is it really just he thinks that the administration is minimizing the threat when it shouldn't?
Well, Brianna, what General Flynn is calling for is a war against not just ISIS, but all of Islamic militancy. And he says it's important to call it Islamic militancy. That is something like the Ronald Reagan campaign against the Soviets. He wants to see all the allies working together on this fight. And what he said was he tried to communicate this to the Obama administration over and over behind closed doors while he was in office, but he feels the message wasn't getting through. Now, he did say part of this in an interview to me, but this was clarifying his remarks after he gave this in a speech to a large group of former special operators and intelligence officers. And I got to tell you, there were a lot of nods and a standing ovation from that crowd.
Yeah, so a lot of people there agreeing with him, Kimberly, but so he doesn't like the label that's being used. We've heard the administration use the term violent extremism lately and not using the term Islamic militants, which is what Flynn thinks that they should use. Can you explain why he thinks that is so important that they use this one label instead of violent extremism?
From his perspective, this is a partially religious-driven fight. And he says if you want to understand the enemy and come up with the right tools to fight the enemy, in this case, an ideology to counter this ideology, he thinks it's important to actually call them by the name they call themselves, which is Islamic militant. Now, from the White House's perspective, and also from the perspective of a lot of counter-violence extremist specialists I've spoken to, they would like to take the term Islam out of the title, call them criminal extremists. Don't let them use religion to pit one side of the world against each other. It's one of those debates that happens in the halls of national security and then takes on political overtones. There were a lot of people in that crowd, I have to say, who were wondering if General Flynn might run for office in future with the direction he was coming from.
Okay, yeah, and many people have said if you do use Islam in it, maybe it's Islamism, which is sort of hiding behind Islam. I've heard some experts say that as well. You said you were there at this industry conference where Flynn said this, and there were a lot of people who were very much in agreement with him. Do you take that as an indication of a rift between the national security world and others in the Obama administration?
Generals are always going to ask for more resources, and they're always going to ask to be allowed to give their all to a fight. A lot of the people in the national security forums believe that the Obama administration has decided on a more limited response, sending in 100 trainers when you could send in 1,000 special operations trainers, and also taking too long to decide to send them to beef up local forces in areas where you have militancy. So that's the real tension you see. This was a conference of people whose job is to go to Africa, to go to Afghanistan, to go to Syria, and work behind the scenes, maybe 2 or 3 officers with 100 foreign officers to teach them how to fight. And a lot of people in that forum believe if more of them were on the ground sooner, you wouldn't have seen ISIS spiral out of control like it has.